Hi Gemini, welcome to the channel. I'm your master cosmologist, the head cheerleader to the stars, here with your April 2026 tarot and astrology forecast. Fair warning, my voice is going out, but I feel jazzed up to get through at least one more reading tonight. It's getting a little late here. I'm going to show you the card that I was told to hold up for all of the signs to begin their readings. I'm not sure how this is going to apply for your sign yet. It hasn't come through. We'll see how it connects to the cards that I pull here in just a moment. The card is number 44, Divine Matrix. It's kind of a little hard to see here with the lighting, but there is a person's head and there's this connectivity, this access to different consciousness, brand new consciousness, new ideas. There is the general message for all of the signs that you are unhooking your brain, your wires, completely from the old system, the mother tricks, the matrix, the mother tricks, to the maatrix. So that's where we'll start everything off, and let's go into cards, see what else wants to come up for you. I'm supposed to go backwards, actually, for you for some reason. I'm supposed to start with the last card, the final card that I was going to pull. So there's something about reverse engineering, or doing it, thinking things through from a different direction, or knowing the result that you want and then thinking backwards that way. Knowing in advance and then reverse engineering kind of concept, which has to do with interfacing with the new system where your brain isn't going to operate in the same order or the same manner any longer. Okay, so you have perfectionism that came up. It says permission. Oh, I'm getting squeaky and hoarse at the same time. Permission to make mistakes is so freeing. It's the root of creativity and change. Allow me, divine, to make as many mistakes as I need. Free me from the prison of perfectionism. Missed takes. Okay, so what I'm tapping into here is your natal earth, which is in Sagittarius. Instead of thinking of this as a mistake, all of these things that you're going to be experimenting through and definitely messing up, this is data. This is information. These are only missed takes. So this is new Sagittarian groundedness for your sign, where it's just a missed take. You aimed with that Sagittarian bow. You let it sail, you let it soar, you saw where it went and if it landed or not. And all that is data points. Did you hit the mark? Did you miss the mark? Do you need to do it again? Do you need to do it all over? Do you need to tweak a couple things? Instead of throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and also there's something about not needing permission from others. Gemini is the twins, and Gemini likes to have its posse with it or get a second opinion. I feel like there's something here about freeing yourself and releasing yourself from needing to check in with everybody or wait around until the timing's perfect when someone else says it's the right time. It's kind of like being a lot more independent Okay, now we go with tarot cards. That was 5:05 on the timer when I finished that sentence. 5 is Gemini, 0 is Scorpio. 5, Scorpio. So Gemini, Scorpio, Gemini. That 0 in between the two Geminis is like you don't need anybody else. You need 0 other people to tell you, to permit it. Scorpio would be like, it's not permitted. Or, yeah, just go for it. Anyway, tarot cards. What wants to come through for Gemini? 5 of Wands. So that 5 again. But look at, it's Aries. 2 Aries. Gemini kind of thing here where that would be butting heads. Why do you need to butt heads? Why do you need to come up into conflict? If you know, you know. If you know, you know, Gemini. I also get this as your brain, as the 2 hemispheres of your brain being in constant conflicts, where they've got to stop crisscrossing and being combative and be a unisphere. Instead of a hemisphere, instead of 2 parts, it has to be unified. So it's going to be the hardest for Gemini. This is a concept that's coming through for all of the signs, apparently, where there's this need to come into oneness, come into unity consciousness with yourself, to have only one you at the helm. And for you guys, this is probably going to be the most difficult. This is a mental thing, especially. Where in the Gemini, it's going to feel very uncomfortable for these 2 aspects to like merge and Ursec. So in the Dark Crystal, you have the Skeksis and the Mystics, and they create an Ursec by combining and becoming one. That's the hardest for the Gemini, because the Gemini wants to remain the twins. It wants to, you're still going to have those 2 aspects, but they, when you pull them, think of it this way, you got to pull them, see the cross here, you got to crisscross them. You have to pull those 2 brains, those 2 selves, and go like this, and then pass through, and then they become each other. They've experienced the opposite. This is also Earth in Libra here. And they blend, they merge, they know each other so deeply, and then they respect each other more because they've walked in the other's shoes, or they've been in their position. It's kind of like a big concept coming through here. Which will bring you into a lot more perfectionism, perfecting in your life, because you won't have this constant Aryan head-butting battle going on in your own brain. Headaches, migraines, anyone who's suffering from those types of things as a Gemini, that's what it's stemming from. You are warring hemispheres, dueling hemispheres, dueling banjos in your own head. Okay. Whatever's on the bottom here, I'm supposed to just take that, and it's stuck together with another card. You have the Prophet and the Spring. The Prophet is reading as your brainstem and your spinal cord. This is causing a lot of conflict in your signaling system, which a lot of people would call the nervous system. I do not speak such curses to myself or to anyone else, especially when we're channeling, where talking to yourself differently is going to calm down your entire signaling system. It's going to travel through your brain, through your neurons, down your brain stem, through your spinal column, and relax your entire system and bring your body into a state of peace and calmness. Not perfection, not never feeling anything, not always being in the best mood, always being happy, nothing like that. It brings a calmness. That's the number one word I'm getting. It just soothes, and she's like a soothsayer. She's like a snake charmer. She's whispering, she's saying the right things instead of talking in curses or conflictive. Oh no, low battery. We got to finish this up before we lose battery. This is speaking to yourself internally differently. No longer at war, no longer in conflict, no longer so much tension headaches, especially coming through with that. It calms the whole thing down from the brain, down the brainstem to the cord. I'm just seeing this biology picture of all the rest of the body removed. I don't know if you've seen some of these pictures where it just shows the brain and the spinal column and all of the nerves. That's all under your control. It's under your control to calm and soothe it and to let it just be a signaling system again instead of a nervous system. Now with the spring, there is a sense of soothing and liquid and what's that stuff called? Not grease, lubrication. When you speak to yourself differently, when you use different words, when you stop cursing, when you start speaking in calming, soothing language instead of this conflictive, tension energy, it has this soothing effect on every part of your body, and it's a rejuvenating, youthifying function in your physical form that brings water is conductive in the body, and it lets the signals flow again. It transmits smoothly again. I'm getting this really scientific physiological term. What the heck is it? Myelination? Is that how you say it? The myelin sheath is thin, it's worn out, it's not lubricated because of tension, because of the words you're using. When you speak differently, this refreshes you. It brings new life into you, and it lets this myelin sheath heal by relubricating and remoisturizing it. It's kind of like very scientific stuff. Nerd. Just rearranging cards here. Okay, so I'm being guided back to the Divine Matrix card, where this lesson that we're speaking through here, when you do that as a Gemini internally, it reflects in the whole, in the collective mind, in the collective consciousness. It's bringing soothing, lubricating. It alleviates tension in the collective mind, where this has kind of a hive mind where it's all like stirred up and riled up, and it brings a soothing, flowing signaling, like the signaling's clear again because you guys are holding that coherence for the totality. Let's get another tarot card. The Chariot. Is that not what we were just saying, where the two sides pass through each other? They get to know each other intimately, and then they work in tandem as the Chariot should. So your brain is about to become, it's going to be high octane. It's going to be running on a different horsepower. Your brain is going to become more than a supercomputer. It's going to be like superhuman capabilities. It's horsepower times 5 kind of thing that's coming through with this card. Once you get out of this conflicted hemisphere, two sides of the brain thinking, conflicts running constantly, it's like one horse pulling this way and the other this way, and you expecting that you're going to go places. Oh, the places you will go when you yoke the two sides of that Gemini, of that brain, and get those horses headed in the same exact direction. There's this tangled quality to the background here where there's a lot of knots, what you're not supposed to do, not, like you're tying yourself in knots, you're getting yourself tangled. It's looping in a merry-go-round, which is a not so merry-go-round. When you grab a hold of the reins of your mind like this and have it under your power, under your control, these two horses will straighten out, and you'll just move through the world and through your thoughts and problem solving in such a different manner. To get one more tarot card. The King of Pentacles. I'm hearing oh dear because he's petting a deer, but that's not making much sense. Reindeer, reins, the reins, the reins, the reins. The mind is the reins of the matrix, of the scaffolding. The King of Pentacles, he's a master manipulator of the physical, but he's not doing it. He's tricking you. He's not doing it mechanically. He's not doing it physically. He's doing it with this muscle. He's reigning over his own mind, and that has reigning power in his reality to control and change the existence, the experience. Okay, funny cards. The end card wants to come up at the end to put an end, like parentheses around the reading. So we started off with this reverse engineering thinking with the end in mind, or the result in mind. And then the bracket of that is self-sufficiency. So that's interesting. I said that when we first were speaking about not needing permission and butting heads with others, self-sufficiency. You're becoming a lot more self-sufficient. The month starts out with the sun in Aries and the earth in Libra. Aries, the self. Libra, reliance on others. It says the ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on the God, which I would say is source. We'll replace it with source. So the ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on source. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying, I don't need people. Instead, it's saying, source is my resource, and I am willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. I feel like when you get self-sufficient and when you trust yourself to answer your own questions and not need permission or second opinions or consultations, you'll work with others much more effectively and efficiently, which is coming back to that Chariot there. So the bracket there is kind of to know what you need to do and get to the point, know that end result, and then bring the others on board with it. Okay. I think that's what I've got for you guys this month. I hope it was informative and helpful, and I will see you all on another video. Thank you for joining me, Gemini, and have a great April. Bye.